YouTube viewers out there. It is Sebastian of Sebastian's Movie Game Time, and on episode 65, I'm gonna be reviewing and talking about movies called Sebastian's Great Films. Um, I think part three, if I can call it that. Um, so this is me liking reviewing movies I've seen from different years. Let's get started, shall we? First, we have a movie called The Boondock Saints 2. It's about the two vigilante brothers who flee from Boston at the end of the first Boondock Saints movie until something happened after one of the priests that they know was murdered in his own church. The two vigilante brothers, they decide to come back to Boston and punish those who murdered the priest in his church. The Boondock Saints 2. This is a long waiting sequel because the first Boondock Saints movie came out 1999. So this is like a long waiting sequel. Boondock Saints 2. It stars Sean Patrick Flannery, Norman Reedus, Billy Connolly, Julie Benz, Clifton Collins Jr., Peter Fonda, and Judd Nelson. Boondock Saints 2. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a Robert Zemeckis Disney movie called Pinocchio. It's about a toy maker named Geppetto who makes a toy wooden puppet that he wishes for this wooden puppet to become a real boy, as he names him Pinocchio. Pinocchio. This is a Disney original movie. Pinocchio is directed by Robert Zemeckis. And even though a lot of people didn't enjoy this Pinocchio movie or didn't like it, you know what? I can see I can see why they don't. But you know what? I had a great time watching this Pinocchio movie. I liked it, and it was heartfelt. It was just fun. Pinocchio. It stars Tom Hanks, Luke Evans, Cynthia Erivo, and the voice talents of Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Lorraine Bracco. Robert Zemeckis is Pinocchio. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have an action thriller movie called Ronin. It's about an aged man and a group of freelancers whose mission is to retrieve a mysterious briefcase that their employer wants them to get for him. Ronin. This is John Frankenheimer, the director who made Ronin. This is a John Frankenheimer movie. Um, it stars Robert De Niro, Jean Reno, Natasha McElhone, Stellan Skarsgård, and Johnson Price and Sean Bean. Ronin. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Pineapple Express. It's about two stoners who get themselves into a whole lot of trouble while being pursued by a corrupt police officer and a drug dealer, or actually like a drug lord. This is a funny movie, Pineapple Express. If you never heard of it or you never seen it, it's really funny. And this is the Pineapple Express is the only movie that I ever enjoy from Seth Rogen. Is the only film I ever enjoyed from his, from his work. Pineapple Express stars Seth Rogen, James Franco, Danny McBride, Craig Robinson, Rosie Paris, Gary Cole, and James Rumor. Pineapple Express, I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Free Fire. It's about two groups of gangs who's been who's making a gun deal. Trading gun deal for money until things starts gets until situation starts getting out of hand, and all the different group sides of the gangs, they all get themselves into a free fire shootout. Free fire. This is a funny kind of action film. It stars Brie Larson, Cillian Murphy, Chiwetel Copley, and Armie Hammer. Free Fire. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Deep Blue Sea. It's about a research team. It's about a group of a team of scientists and a research facility in the middle of nowhere of the ocean, as they must fight for survival against the smart great white sharks. Deep Blue Sea. This is a fun movie if you've never seen it. It stars Saffron Bowers, Thomas Jane, LL Cool J, Michael Rappaport, Jacqueline McKenzie, Stellan Skarsgård, and Samuel L. Jackson. Deep Blue Sea. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a sequel. Deep Blue Sea 2 is about a greedy company owner um who's made some as he realized he made a mistake of creating sharks and making them smarter. As a marine biologist and a hunter must stop these sharks. Deep Blue Sea 2, it's a long rating, long time sequel. Deep Blue Sea 2 stars Danelle Savory. Deep Blue Sea 2, I get it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a Quentin Tarantino movie called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's about a stuntman and his fated TV show actor, as they explore the chronicles throughout the life of 1969, the late 60s, and this Quentin Tarantino brilliant film. Once Upon a Time Hollywood. This is I really had a good time with this movie. This is a fun movie. I had a good time. I liked how Quentin Tarantino put everything, a lot of the efforts that he's known in this movie. I really enjoyed it. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate, um, Harley Quinn Smith, Austin Butler, Sydney Sweeney appears, Bruce Dern, Margaret Crawley, Lena Dunham, Timothy Olyphant, Kurt Russell, Zoe Bell, Emil Hirsch, um, Mikey Madison before she won for her movie Honor, Maya Hawke, Julia Butters, Dakota Fanning, and the late Luke Perry, who's featured in the film. Once Upon a Time Hollywood. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Carpool. It's about a businessman who takes his son and a few other kids enter a carpool lane to drop him off at school till the businessman gets taken hostage by a bumbling guy who takes him and the kids hostage as they go on a venture. Carpool. This is one of those movies that it didn't do so good when it first came out. But I had a good time with this movie. It's a fun movie. I think kids and families would enjoy this movie. Carpool. It stars Debbie Paymer, Tom Arnold, and Rachel Lee Cook, who was like a young teenager girl when she who was like a teenager girl when she did this movie, Rachel Lee Cook, and she went on. Well, a year a year before she did this Carpool movie, Rachel Lee Cook, she appeared in this movie called the Babysitters Club movie. If you remember that film, the Babysitters Club movie, she was featured in that film, Rachel Lee Cook, and after that movie, she started in this movie, Carpool, and she went on to do other films after this Carpool film, Rachel Lee Cook. Um, Carpool, I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have the Lizzie McGuire movie. Goodbye, Lizzie McGuire. Hello, fabulous. That's what the character says. The Lizzie McGuire movie is about a teenage girl named Lizzie McGuire who goes off on a venture to Rome, Italy. The Lizzie McGuire movie is based upon the Lizzie McGuire Disney Channel show series that that came out before the Lizzie McGuire movie. And also too, I was quite a big fan of myself of Hilary Duff. I was a big Hilary Duff fan, and I've seen some of her stuff, and because I was quite fan of hers, as you can imagine. The Lizzie McGuire movie, it stars Hilary Duff. I give the Lizzie McGuire movie 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Saving Sarah. It's about 2 people, a savior and a woman who is married to a businessman. Um, this is a funny movie, Saving Sarah. It's a comedy. It stars Matthew Perry, Elizabeth Hurley, Cedric Darren and Bruce Campbell and Amy Adams. Saving Sarah. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Quest for Camelot. It's about a young farm girl who wishes to become a knight when she gets older, as she goes on a venture to look for King Arthur's missing sword that was stolen from him. Quest for Camelot. Oh, this is a great movie. I really enjoyed this movie, and it's really great. Quest for Camelot. It stars the voice talents of Carrie Elwes, Gary Oldman, Don Rickles, Eric Idle, Jane Seymour, Pierce Brosnan, Gabriel Byrne, and Sir John Gielgud, and Jocelyn Goseg. Christopher Camelot. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have the Peanuts movie. It's about a character named Charlie Brown who's shy and nervous to meet a new freshman girl who has come to his school. Um. Well. Well, what can I say about the Peanuts movie? It's based on the classic cartoon series, the Peanuts. Um, I really I saw this Peanuts movie at the movie theater, and I had a great time with it. It really, I like I enjoy all these characters. I really do, especially the character named Lucy. She's my favorite. It was happy to see all these characters in this movie. So it was really quite fun. I had a good time with it. The Peanuts movie. It stars the voice talents of Noah Schnapp and Alex Garfin. Peanuts movie. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Knock Around Guys. It's about a man whose father is a mobster who's gathered up his buddies to come to a small town after a corrupt sheriff has taken a bag full of money that belonged to the man's father, who is a mobster. As the corrupted sheriff officer, you know, took it. While at the same time, the man's uncle comes into a town with his own people to settle some score. Knock around, guys. This is completely an under the radar or underappreciated, underrated movie. A lot of you's never heard about this movie. So, Knock Around Guys. It stars Barry Pepper, Van Diesel, Seth Green, John Malkovich, and Dennis Hopper. Knock Around Guys. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Bushwhack. It's about a man who gets framed for murder and goes on a run from the authorities as the man poses as a scout leader guide to a group of scout kids. Bushwhacked again, like the movie Carpool that I mentioned earlier. How that movie didn't do so good when it first came out. Well, this movie Bushwhacked. It's another movie that when it first came out, it wasn't a box office movie hit like the Carpool movie was. You know, but there were a lot. But there were. You got to understand. In the '90s, there were a lot of family kid movies that came out in the '90s, especially movies like Bushwhacked, Carpool, and there's many other kid family films that didn't do so good when they first came out in the '90s era. But that's how it was back then. But and like people say, if you're a kid growing up in the '90s, and if you enjoy watching these movies, then you know what? If you enjoyed it, they are glad. They're glad for them that they enjoyed it, and that happens to be me. And that happens to be me. Even though two of these movies didn't do so good when it first came out, I had a good time with these type of films. I enjoy them, and I still enjoy them to this day. Bushwhack. It stars Donald Stern. Bushwhacked. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Passport to Paris. It's about two twin sisters who go to Paris to visit a grandfather. While the twin sisters are at Paris meeting a grandfather, they meet two hot uh, French young boys. Passport to Paris. It's American Ashley movie. If you grew up, you see during the '90s, during the '90s. I had a big crush on Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. The Olsen twins. I had a big crush on Mary Kate and Ashley twins when I was a kid growing up. I used to see all their movies. I used to see their stuff because I had a big crush on both of them. Even their movies that they did, I've seen because I was just a big fan of theirs growing up. Passport to Paris stars Mary Kate Olsen and Ashley Olsen. I give Passport to Paris 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called New York Minute. It's about twin sisters who go to New York as they find themselves bumping heads with an FBI agent who's after the twin sisters. New York Minute. This is a fun one. Like I said, I'm a big Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen fan. New York Minute stars Mary Kate Olsen and Ashley Olsen, Jared Padalecki, and Eugene Levy. New York Minute. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Winning London. It's about two twin sisters who who go to London, England, as they go on a venture where they meet young guys. Winning London. The Olsen twin sisters, they go to England, London, and Winning London. Winning London stars Mary Kate Olsen and Ashley Olsen. I give Winning London 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Holiday in the Sun. It's about the two twins. It's about twin sisters who go to the Bahamas for a summer weekend of vacation fun as they meet local guys. Holiday in the Sun. Another great Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen film. Holiday in the Sun. Holiday in the Sun stars Mary Kate Olsen and Ashley Olsen. Holiday in the Sun. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Switching Goals. It's about it's about two young teenage girls who switch places as they take part in a soccer team match. Switching Goals. It's a soccer sport movie that stars Mary Kate Olsen and Ashley Olsen. Switching Goals. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called To Grandmother's House We Go. It's about two twin sisters who go on an adventure as they see their visit the grandmother for Christmas as the two twins they bump into two pairs of criminals. To Grandmother's House We Go. It stars Ayan Mary Kate Olsen and Ashley Olsen. To Grandmother's House We Go. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. Um, what else? Oh, we also have another film of theirs. Our Lips Are Sealed. It's about twin sisters who go into the witness protection program to as they've been sent to Sydney, Australia, as they're in the witness program protection program as they go to Sydney, Australia. Our Lips Are Sealed. Another great film from the Olsen twins. It stars Mary Kate Olsen and Ashley Olsen. Our Lips Are Sealed. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Tag. It's about a group of friends who continue playing a childish game of tagging somebody as they pair up to uh, a tag expert player who's good at tagging people. Tag. This is a really funny movie. I know the game tag, like tag. When you tag somebody and they're it. I know that game, and it's it's a funny movie. Tag. If you haven't seen Tag, it's really a funny movie. Really is. It stars Ed Helms, Jeremy Renner, Jake Johnson, Annabelle Wells, Isa Fisher, Courtney B. Vance, John Hamm, and it was and and it was great to see Brian Denny and a small appearance in this film. It was great to see him make like a small part appearance. It was great to see Brian Denny appear in the film. So it was really great. Tag, I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Idle Hands. It's about a slacker teenager who cut his hand off because his hand is being possessed by an unknown demon. As a slacker teenager and his 2 buddy friends, they plan to get rid of his possessed hand. Idle Hands. This is like a black comedy teen of a movie comedy film. Idle Hands. It's really a fun movie. Really is. Especially if you're from that time of the '90s, you know how fun those type of movies are. Idle Hands stars Devin Sawa, Jessica Alba, Barricade Fox, Seth Green, and the band members of The Offspring. The Offspring rock band Offspring, they even played themselves in Idle Hands. Idle Hands, I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie. We have a film called a black comedy film called Seven Psychopaths. It's by a screenwriter who's struggling, who gets caught up in an criminal underworld that is run by his friends. Seven Psychopaths. If you never seen this movie or you never heard about this film, um, I'm a, to those who's never seen this movie, Seven Psychopaths. Um, it's a different kind of film, black comedy film. It's directed by the same director who made a movie before Seven Psychopaths. It's a film called In Bruges that started Colin Farrell, Ralph Fiennes, and Brandon Gleeson. If you've never seen In Bruges, if you never see a film called In Bruges, it's really great, really black comedy and edgy. Well, the director who made In Bruges, it's the same director who made Seven Psychopaths. So if you go in into this movie Seven Psychopaths, or you never heard nothing about this film, it's because maybe some of you have seen In Bruges and you know the humor and the black comedy of it. Or if you didn't understand In Bruges, then you probably, when you see this movie, Seven Psychopaths, you you probably will not understand it if you didn't like In Bruges, which is fine. But I really had a good time with Seven Psychopaths. It's really fun. Like I said, it's a black comedy film. So if you're a fan of black comedy films, my suggestion is to watch it. Seven Psychopaths. It stars Colin Farrell, Sam Rockwell, Woody Harrelson, Tom Waits, Abby Korsnish, and Christopher Walken. Seven Psychopaths. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie, and finally, we have the last movie called John Wick presents Ballerina. It's about a woman assassin who wants revenge on the people who killed her father as she becomes a literal assassin. I really had a great time with this movie, Ballerina. This is such a fun, pleasant, action pack of a movie. And it takes, if you're wondering, this Ballerina, John Wick present Ballerina, it takes, it takes, it takes the place events before the third John Wick movie. If you see it there, or before you see the third John Wick movie, the timeline takes place before the third John Wick film. But this is a really fun spin-off action film called Ballerina. It stars Anna de Armas, and she was great as the title character. I mean, she was great. Ballerina also co-stars Keanu Reeves as John Wick. Norman Reedus appears in this film. Ian McShane is back from the John Wick films, along with the late great Lance Reddick is also back from the John Wick films. Angelica Houston is back from the second John Wick film as well. And Gabriel Byrne. If you don't know who Gabriel Byrne, if all you younger movie fans out there have never heard about this guy, Gabriel Byrne, um, he did a movie. He did a movie that came out in 1995, back in the 90s. And this film he did, it's called the Usual Suspects. If you if you've seen that movie, he's kind of like the main lead. I would say kind of like the main lead character with the other characters in that movie. If you've seen the Usual Suspects, he's kind of the lead character in that, Gabriel Byrne. But then it was really towards the late 90s he started to become more popular. Um oh, he played a he played a priest. He went on to play a priest in this supernatural movie that's called Stigmata. If you remember that, or you remember hearing that film, Stigmata, it was with Patricia Arquette. Gabriel Byrne is the priest in that film, Stigmata. And one of the most Gabriel Byrne that he's known for is at the same time when he was doing the Stigmata movie, he went on to play a devil. He plays a man who gets possessed by the devil. All the devil jumps into his character's body and he becomes the devil. And this action Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's called End of Days. If you remember that film as well, Gabriel Byrne plays like the devil that Arnold Schwarzenegger battles in End of Days. You remember that film? So that's who Gabriel Byrne is, if you never heard of him. But in this movie, John Wick ballerina movie spinoff, he plays like one of the head, um, you know, um, he plays one of the bad guys that the ballerina main title character goes after. John Wick, John Wick presents Ballerina. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. Okay, everybody, that would do it for episode 65 of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and you get new content episodes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see all of you at the movies.